Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you very much. It's always a privilege to be able to share. Last week we learned about the daily 8 core. We learned a wonderful teaching from Emily Herr on that, right? But my friends, I'm so confused. Is it the 8 core daily habits or the 8 steps to success? They sound similar, right? Well, let's dive right in and find out what the difference is. Last week, we had a wonderful training on the 8 core daily habits. These are the 8 daily habits of every Atomian. We're just going to go through them briefly. Reading books, filling our heads with positive affirmations and positive things about success. Watching videos, not just any videos, but videos from channel Atomy, videos to help us learn how to be better business people or how to learn new skills. Attending the meetings is a very important thing for all of us. We need to build that into our daily habits as routinely as we can. And then using the products. We need to be consumers of those products, right? And then we need to show the plan. We need to be able to instruct to others about Atomy, about the compensation plan, about the vision, about the company, and then sharing the products, telling other people about the products. The products don't sell themselves. It requires us to open our lips, open our store, tell other people. Products just sitting on a shelf or in a online website, they don't sell themselves unless we educate the public and our friends and family about that. And then counseling, learning, dealing with people. Remember, we're in a network marketing company, so we're dealing with relationships and working with people. And so we need to get to know people. And then building trust. That goes hand in hand with building that relationship with people. So those are the 8 core daily habits. But now, today, we're going to learn about the 8 steps to success. There are 8 steps to success. And the very first one is setting a goal. Chairman Hangil Park said, if you dream vividly, it definitely will come true. And if you move forward with this dream confidently, your future will change. And he talked about the balanced life, a balanced life where we live well, we love, we learn, and we contribute. A goal without a plan is just a dream. Many of us, all of us, have goals and or dreams. We have these things that we desire. But until we get them thought out and written out, they're just a dream, they're just a wish. And so our goals need to be smart. They need to be specific. The goal clearly states so that anyone reading it can understand what will be done and who will do it. It needs to be specific. You need to get into the details on your goals. And then it needs to be measurable. The goal includes how the action will be measured out, and measuring your goals helps you determine if you're making progress. I refer to this as like traveling down the highway. Let's say you want to drive to, go on a vacation somewhere down the highway. And as you're driving down the highway, along the highway, you see these little signs every mile with a number. Those are milestone markers. And in order to reach your final destination, you have to reach each of those milestone markers individually. And so they help us determine our progress. And then the goal needs to be achievable. The goal, it has to be realistic, and setting reasonable goals will help set you up for success. If our goal is too far out there, we tend to get discouraged because we're not making any progress towards the goal, and the goal is too far out there. If I had a goal to donate $1 million every month, that would be unrealistic. But if I start with $100 a month to a charity, that's more realistic. And then I can expand upon it later on. So it gives me a sense that I've accomplished the goal, but then I can improve the goal later. And then the goal needs to be realistic, and it needs to be obtainable and relevant to your life purpose. Do you know what your life purpose is? Have you thought about what you want to achieve with your life? And then once you do that, once you figure out what your life purpose is, then build goals that will support that life purpose. Build goals that will help propel you in the path of achieving your life purpose. And then it needs to be timely, with a clearly defined timeline, including a starting date and a target date. And the purpose of that is to create a sense of urgency. As you know, in Atomy, we have 2 challenge periods every month that are available for people to challenge for reaching certain goals, whether it's a mastership or not. And when you set the date of doing a challenge, you kind of get this sense of urgency. Okay, now we got to prepare for it. Now we're working towards it. We're getting ready. And then all of a sudden that start date comes, and then we roll up our sleeves and we take some action. And then there's the end date, the 15th of the month. And then you've reached your goal. So needs to be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Atomy has a tool called the Life Scenario. And you can do this online through the website. And this life scenario is a tool to help you achieve your goals. And it comes with 4 categories. The very first one is the flesh. These are materialistic things like a new car, a new house. Maybe you want to start a business or, get a new job. And then the second one is our soul. This is to help enrich our lives with, whether it's with hobbies or travel or learning something new. And then there is our spirit. And this is where we love. This is where we're building relationships with people. We're learning how to build relationships with our spouses or friends or family or our family members. And then there's the environment, whether it's our local environment or maybe global charities of some sort, to be able to give back to your community. I think ultimately we all want to give back, something greater than what we are. We want to be able to share what we've been so dearly blessed with. We want to give it back and help other people do the same. Now, you can also do your life scenario in the mobile app. You just click on My Life Scenario, then you click on the life plan, and then you choose the topics in those 4 categories of flesh, soul, spirit, and environment. Let's say you want a new car, or you want to start a business. Maybe you want to learn a new hobby or travel a little bit. Maybe you want to spend more time with your wife and build your relationships with people. And then donation. Let's say you want to donate and volunteer somewhere. You click save, and then your life wheel will be there. And then you can then connect all of the dots according to each of those categories to show how far along you are. This is your life wheel. This is what Chairman Hongil Park talked about with the balanced life. You can even do this on paper. Let's say you want to sign up 30 new members by the end of 2023. Or maybe you want to help 4 partners become sales masters. Or maybe you want to pack your bags and go with me next month as we travel to India and Bangladesh. This is your goal, your life. Now, the second thing is commitment. You need to become the master of your destiny. Nobody's going to be able to do it for you, right? You have to take action towards achieving your goals. The other thing is thinking positively. No stinking thinking, my friends. You got to get out there and spread the word. Be proud of Atomy. Be proud of what you're doing. Be proud of the products. Share the products with others. And then be willing to do the hard work, just like any other business out there, whether you start a restaurant or a nail salon or whatever. It's hard work in the beginning. You gotta spend a lot of time to really get it off the ground going, right? So the Atomy business is no different. It takes some upfront hard work, and we just got to be committed to doing that. But you know what, my friends? Along the path of life and with the Atomy business, you have to make a decision. It's ultimately up to you to make a decision that this is what I want to do. The key to success in Atomy is to make a decision that you are going to the top and nothing is going to stand in your way. Somebody in our company has already gone to the top, and that means you can too. This is Jung-Soo Park being promoted as Diamond Master by Hong-Gil Park. We also see Sung-Il Kim. He was the MC for the event. Do you know who those two people are? Today, they are Imperial Masters. And if they can do it, so can you. The third thing is to make a list. And I think this is one of the most challenging things for people because it requires some thought. It really requires us to just sit down and think for a moment. But we need to make a list. We need to make a list, not just of people who might be interested in the business, but put down every person you know, everybody. Believe it or not, you know more people than you think. Once you start doing this, you write down your list, you start thinking of other people that you met, people at the grocery store, the dentist office, the post office, people in your social clubs. You know, it's your decision to tell people about Atomy, and it's their decision to respond to it, positively or negatively. It's up to them. You're not in charge of their thoughts. You can only be in control of your actions, your thoughts. So it's up to you to be able to get out there and tell people about Atomy. Now, write down the names and contact info of everyone you know and speak to them about Atomy. Then write down a comment about the products they use or like, and this will give you something to follow up with later on. And the reason this step is so important is because you are going to forget about more people than you're going to be able to remember. This is a network marketing business, and you're going to come across people and you're gonna remember their face, but you're not gonna remember their name or the conversation you had. So it's very important to just write down a little simple little notepad or spreadsheet. Here I've just got a couple of samples here. Sally Jones, she's a real estate agent and she wants a facial. Martin Lewis, he works as a landscaper. So guess what? He's out in the sun. What product would he need to use? That's sunscreen. You know what? He also likes the coffee. And then continue to add to your list daily. So set a goal to add 2 more people to your list every day. Just set that as a goal. People that you meet at the grocery store, people that you meet in the park, you know, just continue to add to your list. And by the end of the month, you'll have 60 new people on your list. Now, step number 4 is invitation. And I think this right here is one of the hardest thing for people to learn how to give a good invitation. But it's very important that you are committed to a certain number of phone calls every day. And what is really considered working in network marketing is making phone calls, meeting with people, and attending the training. You know, Chairman Park said right there, the temperature must go over 100 Celsius for the water to boil. That's 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Consistency is important. When he was here a few months back in October, November, on stage, he said, you have to go crazy for this business. You have to be perceived as a raving lunatic in the public's eye because you're so passionate about this business. So get committed and learn how to give the invitation. Here's an example of just a simple little calendar you can put together. You know, maybe a facial on Sunday, or, you know, we've got meetings throughout the week. Maybe you meet someone for lunch. Don't forget the Thursday Absolute Atomians meeting, right? That's an invitation you can send out to people. Create events for your members to get involved in, maybe a bingo night. And don't forget one-day seminars and success academies. We have in Atomy something going on every week. So there's an opportunity for you to bring your friends and invite them to the next meeting. Now, we got to learn how to give a good invitation. And this is a 4-step process. The very first one is to create a sense of urgency. Hey, Norm, I'm glad I caught you. I only have a few minutes to chat. See, I created a sense of urgency when I called Norm. And then genuinely give a compliment. You are a great business-minded person. You've got a great business mind. And then make the invitation reciprocal, okay? That if I would do something, would you do something? That kind of a reciprocal conversation. You know, this Saturday, there's a special meeting in town for entrepreneurial people like you. If I invite you to the meeting and went with you, would you go with me? You see, I made that reciprocal, right? I'm not just asking Norm to do something. I'm reciprocating as well by saying, hey, I'll go with you. We'll do this together. And then the devil is in the details, my friends. This is where we get some commitment from Norm. Okay, great. I will meet you at 6 p.m. at the hotel in the front lobby. I'll be standing by the flower arrangement to the left of the lobby. We can grab a sandwich before the meeting. I'll see you there. You know what you've just done right there? You've just painted a picture in Norm's mind of you standing there by that flower pot in the front lobby at 6 o'clock, starving because you haven't eaten a sandwich yet, waiting for Norm to appear, waiting for him to arrive. And if he doesn't show up, he knows he's going to get a phone call from you. So guess what Norm's going to do? He's going to show up, right? So it's a 4-step process for learning how to give a good invitation. And do not be afraid of rejection. I think we're so afraid what other people think of us, right? We're so afraid what other people are going to think. Do you know, back when the pandemic first happened and we all went on lockdown or we had to stay home, right? That was in 2020. I went to social media to start advertising Atomy and doing that. And I started sending messages out to people in India. Now, I didn't know anybody in India at the time. And I kept sending out the same text message. Hi, my name's Scott Kampen. I'm a sales master with Atomy, blah, blah, blah. We got these products. They're great. Coming to India. It's going to open up in 2020. Would you like to join? And I kept copying and pasting, copying and pasting. I sent that message out to 176 people. And every time I could see that they read the message, they either told me to bug off, they told me they weren't interested, or they blocked me. I had to face that rejection. And I was about ready to give up when one night I went to bed, laying down, put my head on the pillow, and I thought, you know, I'm going to send that message out one more time. So I copied and I pasted and I hit send and I turned the light off. Within 15 minutes, the room lit up from the light on my phone And I look at my phone and it was a young man in India. And he said, yes, I'll join. Oh my goodness. I got up out of bed, I booted up my computer, and then I was like, I don't even know how to sign people up in India. What do I do? So I had to learn there at midnight how to sign people up. Never be afraid of rejection, because you just never know when someone's going to say yes. You're going to find that person. Rejection is part of the business. People are going to say no, and that's okay. Be more afraid that you are going to miss the opportunity to tell someone about Atomy. That's what we need to be more afraid of, that we didn't give someone the opportunity to at least know what we're doing and what's available to them. So be more afraid of that rather than rejection. So that gives us a sense of urgency to get out there and tell people about Atomy and let them make up their own mind whether or not they're going to join us. Become known as that Atomy person. Eventually, people will see a change in you and will naturally change their mind. Never judge a book by the cover, because you never know when you're speaking to the next Imperial Master. 5 steps to handle rejection. 1, remember, they're not rejecting you. They're rejecting your opportunity, your product, or the company that you're representing, but they're not rejecting you personally. Just remember that. So don't take it personal. Number 2, you need to jump in the mud. You need to make that commitment, and you need to just roll up your sleeves and get dirty. Because when it comes to learning how to overcome sales rejections, there's no easy way out. You just have to jump in the mud and get going. If you want to reach the finish line like I did last year, you have to go through the mud, my friends, right? So you have to get in there and you have to get dirty, because at the end of the race, at the end of the journey is great reward. Number 3, know your process. Do not wing it. Have a plan or answer ready for when you are rejected. You need to be filling your tool belt with skills and tips and tricks on how to work through those conversations. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be prepared, okay? If you don't know the answer to something, at least know where you can go and find the answer for someone, okay? And then remember, they're only words. They can't hurt you. People can't, they're not going to hurt you just because you offered them an invitation to a seminar or something. They're not going to physically threaten you, right? So don't take it personal. Just get out there and share Atomy with people, and then have a contingency plan. So, hello, would you like to meet on Saturday for a facial? Well, guess what, my friends? That's a yes or no question there, right? So if they answer yes, hey, great, I'll see you at 1 p.m. at the center. Oh, and afterwards, let's have a late lunch. Or if they say no, you come back with, okay, what day works best for you? I'm available anytime to meet your needs. So make yourself available, because that will just tear down all of their excuses for not being available themselves. So have your contingency plan ready. Step number 5, we need to be able to explain the business. We learned about that last week in our meeting, right? Show the plan. Well, we need to explain the business. Here's some examples. 1, we need to understand the company concept. The company concept of our prestige products. You know, that's a portmanteau of 2 words, the word prestige and the word masses, right? We bringing prestigious products to the masses. So we have prestige products. Our products are our absolute quality at the absolute lowest price. That's our Atomy's absolute value. Our compensation plan, it's righteous. Well, why is it righteous? It's righteous because it's free, doesn't cost anything. There's no starter kits, there's no quotas, there's no selling, there's none of that. It's free. We have a monthly cap of $100,000. Therefore, there's nobody at the top. We can all reach the top. It's a fair system. And then understand Atomies' vision. We have our distribution hub and global Atomy. Atomy's got a vision this year of just expanding, growing. 2 weeks ago, we opened up in Germany. We went from being open in 25 countries to 57 overnight. 57 countries that you and I can sign people up in. 57 countries where we can share the economic gospel of Atomy to those people. It's an amazing thing. And you, as a free member of Atomy, have that global business. So here are some basic things that we need to know. What does binary mean? Well, it just means two. We have a left down line and we have a right down line. That is the binary system. What's the difference between PPP or PPV and GPV? Well, that's personal point values and group point values. What does GSGS stand for? Global sourcing, global sales, right? We're taking products and sharing them around the world through our distribution hub, our distribution network, word of mouth advertising between me and you. How many points are needed to earn a commission? Well, when you get to 300,000 in your own personal account and you've got 300,000 on your left and 300,000 on your right, you're going to earn a commission. It's that simple. It's about building consumership. What is Colmar B&H? Colmar B&H stands for Beauty and Health, is a Korea-based company engaged in manufacturing and distribution of high-quality products, which Atomy distributes throughout the world. What's KERI? Do you know what KERI is? The Korea Atomic Energy Research Institute in Daejeon, South Korea, was established in 1959 as the sole professional research oriented institute for nuclear power in South Korea, and has rapidly built a reputation for research and development in various fields. This company right here is the second largest nuclear research company next to NASA. And then how many levels of mastership are there? Do you know? There's 7. Sales Master, Diamond Master, Sharon Rose, Star Master, Royal Master, Crown Master, Imperial Master. Many of you have already taken the first step on that staircase of mastership. Some of you are just beginning. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for all of us to be able to walk up those steps. What's the life scenario? Well, it's the roadmap to your success. And finally, what's my why? It's your reason why you joined Atomy and want to do the business. You need to know your why. Why should you join the company? Why should I join the company? You need to let people know what's the reason that you joined the company. The next one is to follow up, right? This is very important. Make a phone call within 48 hours of a meeting to check up on new members. You really need to clear the doubts in their minds about the products and business explanations by calling them quickly and reassuring them. That's our chairman, Hongil Park, said that. Remember that contact list that we made back there in step number 3? Well, now's a great time to dust it off. There, we've dusted it off. Why? Because eventually, remember I said that you're going to meet more people than you're going to be able to remember. You know, Daniel and Jennifer, they travel around the world. They've got members all over the world. And it's hard sometimes to remember people's names, right? So we keep a little note. Oh, went to Indonesia and I met these people. So the next time they're there, or the next time you see them on a Zoom meeting, they'll be able to recognize them, share something with them. Well, here, I've taken my spreadsheet here and now it's time. Hi, Sally. How did you like that facial? Or, hey, Martin, do you need more sunscreen? I know it's summertime out there. So it gives you an opportunity to follow up with people and remember the products that they're using. Hi, Kelly, what did you learn from that video? You want to see another video? We've got more out on Chattel Atomy. Tracy, I'm glad I caught you. Would you like to schedule that facial now? So your invitation list helps you do that. The next one is consultation. This is kind of a really delicate topic right here, because we need to help people become better leaders. We need to understand what their needs are, understand what they want out of the Atomy business. A lot of people have a hard time. I don't know anyone. Well, part of the reason is they haven't sat down and just written out their list. I want to challenge each and every one of you to spend every month, get your team together and just sit and write out the names of people that you know. Make it a fun activity to see who can come up with the most names or contacts, and help people remember other people that they might know. And remember, your contact list is not just about the people that you know, but it's also about the people that they know, right? And so your contact list is going to expand. This is why it's important to help people work on their contact list. As their list grows, so does their confidence, all right? Now, help new members find solutions rather than focusing on problems. That's when we're doing this consultation with people. We're listening to people. Being a good listener is the best part of being a good leader. We need to be able to listen to people to try to figure out how we can help them find a solution. Create opportunities for your members so they can learn, grow, and become more confident in their ability. You know, it's really important to give people the opportunity to share, to teach, to learn, to do things, maybe even MC, or to even just lead the company motto. It can be something as simple as that, but it helps build up their confidence. So we want to be able to give people opportunities. Help your team members network on purpose. You know, we say we're in a network company, right? This is about networking, building relationships with people. But sometimes we just don't know how to do that. So we need to put together events. We need to just get out there and network on purpose. Go out there and meet with people. And you'll find that the more that you do it, the easier it becomes. Network on purpose. And then teach your members how to become citizens of their communities. You know, we need to get outside of our houses. For two and a half years, we were all locked inside our houses, sitting on the couch, waiting for something to happen, you know, something to come to us. Now's the time for us to just dust ourselves off and actually walk out the front door and go and, you know, experience our communities. Volunteer at places, volunteer at your local food bank. Go out there, maybe volunteer in a nursing home. Just go out there and meet people. Make sure that you go out to the parks and just, you know, exercise for yourself, but you're also getting to know other people that are doing the same thing. Join a local social club. Become a citizen of your community, right? And in that process, people will build trust with you. They'll build that relationship with you, and you'll have opportunities then to share with them the economic gospel of Atomy and the products. So the last step, my friends, is duplication. And I think this is what a lot of network marketing professionals just struggle with: how to duplicate people, how to get people to you know, do the same thing that we're doing. Well, according to Chairman Hongil Park, do exactly like successful people did when they first started out. Make up your mind to follow in their footsteps. For good duplication, the original version must also be good. You know what he means by that? He means if you want to be a successful person, study successful people. Study people who've already achieved mastership. Study people who've already received great success. Surround yourself with like-minded people, people who are going to motivate you, encourage you, and continue to emulate them. You know, if we are just always sitting, you know, at a local tavern somewhere, we're not surrounding ourselves with successful people. Or, you know, we need to go to these conventions. We need to go to the meetings. We need to get involved, and feel free to volunteer as well, right? Lead by example. So learn also as a leader, if you want to duplicate someone, learn to let go. You don't always have to be in charge. You know, you don't always have to be dictating orders and telling people what to do. Lead by example, and people will learn from that. People will want to, you know, duplicate you. They'll want to emulate you eventually in that regard. But you have to learn as a leader to let go and give people opportunities to teach, to speak, and to lead group meetings. Many of us on this call today have been asked to share from time to time. Never back down on that opportunity to share. Always volunteer when asked, right? And it helps build up your confidence, helps build up your teaching styles, helps you think about the training. And I was asked last week to do this, and I had to work on it this week, and I learned a lot during the process. It just helped me become a better person, right? And I really thank you for the opportunity to be able to share. The next thing is to realize that people will not always do exactly the things the way that you did them, right? Everybody's different, right? People are going to do things a little bit differently, and that's okay. It's okay to let people be unique in that regard. And don't criticize people for making mistakes or not knowing everything. We're human, right? We're going to make mistakes. There's nobody that is perfect, right? We all make mistakes, but you know, don't criticize people for that. As a leader, you want to teach people, educate people, and build them up. And then learn how to carefront. Okay, this is a very important thing. Instead of confronting someone, which is like an aggressive thing in nature, right? It's just really aggressive to confront someone. We want to carefront people because we care about them and want them to become better. Carefronting is done with love and concern for other people always. And then, my friends, make sure as a leader, as you're helping people to duplicate, celebrate their journey. Celebrate the things that they're doing, the things they do right. You know, when they reach their first commission, celebrate that as a team. When they reach their first mastership, celebrate that as a team. When one of your members gets up in front of your center meeting or on a Zoom meeting and they're sharing their product testimony for the first time, celebrate that with them, because that's a huge step for them. So those things will help you learn about duplicating people, helping people out. So my friends, those are the 8 steps to success: setting a goal, being committed, writing your contact list out, or what they refer to here as list up, invitation, learning how to give a good invitation, and then also explaining the business, following up, and then consulting with people, helping them find the solutions that they need, and then work on duplication with your teams. So my friends, that is the end of my sharing. I hope that you were able to learn something from that. a little bit different. I threw a couple of things in there, but now I hope you know the difference between the 8 core daily habits and the 8 steps to success. Thank you very much for the opportunity to share.